So you used to be a supporter of Elon Musk's vision.
Yes.
What happened? What changed your mind?
Well,
liberal actress and activist Alyssa Milano getting a bit of a history lesson after she thought she pulled one over on new Twitter CEO Elon Musk. Milano tweeted,
"As the saying goes, practice what you preach." Alyssa Milano seems to have forgotten that part. She tried to school Elon Musk on morality by switching to a car brand founded by, wait for it, Nazis. Yeah, you heard that right, but here's where things get tricky. Her so-called woke stance turned into a history lesson, exposing hypocrisy so shocking it set the internet on fire. And speaking of hypocrisy, wait until you hear just how deep it goes. More on that soon. So Alyssa Milano thinks she can take on Elon Musk
for a Volkswagen electric, adding, "I'm not sure how advertisers can buy space on Twitter. Publicly traded companies' products being pushed in alignment with hate and white supremacy doesn't seem to be a winning business model." But
big mistake. Huge. This woman tweets that she's done with her Tesla, like really done, and bought a Volkswagen instead. Why? Because Musk's Twitter takeover apparently hurt her fragile little sensibilities. Milano writes, "I gave back my Tesla and bought the VW. I love it." Oh, and then she goes on a rant about hate speech and white supremacy on Twitter. Seriously, Alyssa, nice try, but the internet wasn't having it. People wasted no time calling her out. Wait, you're against hate speech, but you're driving a car from a company founded by Nazis? Talk about hypocrisy, Alyssa. You claim to stand against hate, yet you're supporting a company with a dark history rooted in it. Clearly history class wasn't on her schedule, huh?
users were quick to point out Volkswagen's dicey past, more than one sharing that the company started out as a state-owned enterprise in Nazi Germany. Musk's response, well, he responded with the crying.
Oh, but here's the kicker. Volkswagen wasn't just a car company. It was founded in 1937 by the German Labor Front, which, guess what, was a Nazi organization. And if that wasn't bad enough, they used forced labor during World War II. But Alyssa, she somehow skipped that part while in a rush to be the woke queen of Twitter. The internet? Oh, they weren't letting her off easy. Memes flew faster than she could hit delete. People dug up old Volkswagen ads with Hitler on them. Yep, it was that brutal. Meanwhile, Elon Musk, he didn't even need to say a word, just dropped a crying laughing emoji. Sometimes, less is more. But the real body blow came courtesy of the Hodge Twins, who reminded everyone with a sharp jab. Volkswagen was founded by the Nazis and Hitler. Ouch, that's gotta sting. You'd think Alyssa Milano would have learned her lesson and backed off, right? Nope. Instead, she doubles down like a champion of bad decisions. She hops on The View to defend her embarrassing mess because, hey, when you're already in a hole, why not keep digging? This whole fiasco just proves how out of touch some celebs are. They're so busy playing the woke game that they end up making total fools of themselves. Milano, yeah, she's about to learn the hard way that sometimes silence is golden.
You know, your name popped up over the weekend when you tweeted that you returned your Tesla. So you used to be a supporter of Elon Musk's vision.
Yes.
What happened? What changed your mind?
Ever watched a slow-motion disaster unfold? That happened when Milano tried to defend herself on national TV. She thought she was going to set the record straight, but instead, she dug herself deeper into a hole. Milano showed up on The View, ready to defend her Tesla switch, but it went south faster than you can say epic fail. She starts ranting about billionaires, especially Elon Musk, complaining about how annoyed she is with all these billionaires, except of course a few that don't quite annoy her.
That happened. But also, I'm kind of I'm so annoyed with all of these billionaires, with like the exception of a few, but especially Elon Musk. Like, you buy Twitter to destroy it for $40 billion, right? $40 billion. Elon Musk.
She throws out a line like, you buy Twitter for $40 billion just to destroy it. Hold up. Milano's sitting on around $10 million. Talk about irony. What hypocrisy. Here's a millionaire lecturing billionaires about how they should spend their money. Classic. Then she insists Musk should have given that $40 billion to UNICEF to end world hunger.
Imagine if he donated that money to UNICEF.
I know.
Yeah. He would change the world. There would be no hunger. He could
go in his pocket and donate that money.
He could go in his pocket, and it wouldn't cost $40 billion. But these guys, I mean,
By the way,
But guess what? Twitter's doing better under Musk. More users, more engagement. Her whole argument kind of falls apart. You should have seen the other hosts' faces. They looked like they wanted to vanish into thin air. The audience? They look more confused than a cat at a dog show. Milano's just rambling, stumbling over her words, trying to justify why she switched from Tesla to Volkswagen. At this point, someone should have pulled her aside and said, maybe don't lecture people about money when you're sitting on a pile of cash yourself. And just when you think it can't get worse for Milano, she cranks her PR disaster up to 11. This time, a GoFundMe campaign. Yep, you heard that right. She launches a fundraiser for her son's baseball team. Sounds innocent enough, right? She's asking for $10,000 to fund the team's trip. But here's the kicker. Milano and her husband are worth around $10 million. Yeah, $10 million.
Actress Alyssa Milano is defending her decision to ask for donations for her son's baseball fundraiser. She posted the GoFundMe on social media earlier this week to help her 12-year-old son's team raise $10,000 for a trip. People complained that she should be putting up the money instead of asking for donations. She's since posted...
People lost their minds. You can't make this stuff up. Here's this millionaire asking everyday people to donate to her kid's trip. Oh, and her husband. He's a big shot agent at CAA, one of the top talent agencies in Hollywood. They're swimming in cash, but apparently they can't spare a few grand for their son's team. You just can't make this stuff up. Ouch, but they're not wrong, are they? So how does Milano handle all this backlash? Does she apologize? Nah. Does she have an "oh wait, I messed up" moment? Nope. Instead, she pulls the classic turn off the comments move on her GoFundMe post. Because, you know, when you can't handle the heat, just shut down the conversation. But hold on, it gets even better. Milano starts retweeting old crowdfunding campaigns like she's trying to prove, see, everyone does this. Nice try, Alyssa, but the internet's not buying it. Just when you thought this disaster couldn't get worse, she's about to show us all what happens when a PR nightmare turns into a career meltdown. Remember what we teased earlier, the most hypocritical move ever from Alyssa? Well, here it is. Milano flaunted a $200,000 Porsche right after begging everyday people for cash on GoFundMe. Talk about a slap in the face to everyone who donated. This PR disaster isn't just a mistake, it's the perfect example of why celebrity activism is a joke. Milano tried to preach a morality, but all she did was expose her own glaring hypocrisy. Celebrities may have opinions, but can they truly practice what they preach? Milano's actions speak louder than her words, and this entire fiasco proves it. People were furious. One person tweeted, Alyssa Milano drives a $200,000 Porsche, but she can't afford to pay for her son's 12-year-old baseball team to play in Cooperstown. Perfect. Seriously, can't blame them for being mad, right? Here's Milano asking regular folks to fork out cash for her kid's baseball trip while she's cruising around in a car that costs more than most houses. And get this, remember how she said she ditched her Tesla for a Volkswagen? Well, people started wondering if she even bought that VW at all. I mean, if you're driving a Porsche that fancy, why bother with a Volkswagen? Looks like Milano's eco-friendly anti-Musk routine might have been nothing but hot air. But it's not just regular people who are fed up with her antics. Hollywood's starting to back away from her. Shocking, right? In Tinseltown, your image is everything, and Milano's image is about as popular as a skunk at a garden party right now. Some of her former co-stars are distancing themselves, not calling her out directly, because, well, that's not how Hollywood works. But suddenly, they're too busy for joint appearances, or forgetting to mention her when talking about past projects. Ouch! You've got to wonder, what does this mean for Milano's career long term? Will she bounce back, or is this the beginning of the end? One thing's for sure, she's the poster child for celebrity hypocrisy. What do you think? Will more celebs crash and burn like Alyssa Milano, or will they finally take a hint and follow Ricky Gervais's unforgettable advice from the 2020 Golden Globes to stay silent?
Wouldn't you? So, if you do win an award tonight, don't use it as a platform to make a political speech, right? You're in no position to lecture the public about anything. You know nothing about the real world. Most of you spent less time in school than Greta Thunberg. So, if you win, right, come up, accept your little award, thank your agent and your God, and okay? So...